Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here. Today I have a brand new kit. We have Simon Says Stamp July card kit. This is an absolutely gorgeous kit. Let me show you the contents of this. It includes a glue sponge, perfect for little die cuts. We have the B. This is 6x8 Be Yourself clear stamp set, and we're pretty much using all the stamps from this. Also included, we have the exclusive die set. These are also exclusive black and yellow Simon Says sequins. Then let me show you, we have these beautiful papers. This is Honeybee Stamps, the Bee's Knees 6x6 double-sided paper pack, and you get this in the kit. It's really beautiful. I'm actually not using it for this video, but let me just show you the other side of the papers, and they're stunning. So I can't wait to use this for a different project. All right, also included, we have a set of 3 exclusive foilable cards, and of course Simon has included the foil, and this is also an exclusive foil paper. This is the shattered glass foil sheets, and it includes 5 of them, and look how pretty they are. I actually took them out of the package just to show you guys how shiny these are. And of course you can't miss the gorgeous Simon's cardstock, and we got this in white, sunshine, sea glass, black. All right, let's get started with number 1. So for this card, we are doing some simple stamping with a little bit of watercoloring. So let me tell you what I've done. I have watercolored the Be Yourself and the Bee, and we are ready to go. I have my white cardstock included from the kit. Using the Simon Says stamp Sunshine, I'm going to stamp that comb in that color, and we're going to try to fill in those little spots. Whoever designed this did an amazing job, because you can stamp over it and get one whole bee design. All right, so next up, I am going to place this card panel over my card base, leaving a white clean edge. On my bee, which is my sentiment, I stamped this in a light brown, and then I've colored it in with my inks. Then I did the same for the little bee. So I stamped it in light brown and did a note coloring on this bee. All right, so next up, we are going to embellish with the sequins included in the kit. I'm using Tombow clear glue. I'm going to grab the darker of the sequins. There's about 2 shades of yellow sequins in that pack. So I'm grabbing the more mustardy color and then the black. All right, guys, down to card number 2. We are doing some ink blending with this one. We're using the honeycombs from the stamp set. So I have pre-cut everything and stamped. I have my white cardstock and a strip of black cardstock. I'm going to use the combs onto some clear embossing ink. I'm going to create kind of what we did earlier on my other card, where we're going to stamp the combs, but we're going to do this with clear ink. Then we're going to come in with white embossing powder, and we are going to cover the entire thing with that white embossing powder. I'm using the Simon Says Stamps White Fine Detail Embossing Powder. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to try to lift this up, and we are going to place the powder all over it, and then we're going to heat emboss. Once that's done, which is a little bit difficult to see, we are going to come in with the You Are the Bee's Knees, a gorgeous little sentiment. We're going to stamp it in clear ink, and then come in with our black embossing powder, also from Simon Says. We're going to cover the entire thing, being careful not to go down, cleaning off any of the excess powders. All right, once that has been heat set, we're going to begin ink blending. Using Shattered Straw from Distress Oxides, I'm going to start at the upper center of the card, and we're going to begin blending that color. The reason we started with that lightest color is because I really didn't want to have it to go too dark too fast. Next, on the center, we're going to be using the fossilized amber. This is more of a honey color. Be sure to really blend those colors in. Last but not least, we're using wild honey, and really starting at the bottom corner of that card and bringing that color up to that fossilized amber, and really just blending all those edges in. As you can see, it kind of did cover a little bit of our embossing, so we're going to do a little bit of cleaning up on that to do the emboss resist. We're going to spritz some water, and then with the back end of the sprayer, we're going to sprinkle the water and get really large splatters. All right, so that's what it looks like once it's dry, and then I came in and cleaned it to create a embossed resist. I have my little strip of black cardstock, so I'm going to place that in the corner. I'm actually going to line up from the bottom up, and then I'll end up trimming that top piece just because it ended up being a little short. Then last but not least, I have my little bees that I have stamped and done some no-line watercoloring and placing those with foam. Last but not least, I am using some of the sequins included in the kit and using the black ones to really set off that edge of black cardstock and the black embossing powder. So this is really fun to create another different effect of ink blending. All right, guys, number 3. We are going to do some watercoloring with these guys. So as you know, I have pre-stamped my images in and done a no-line watercolor. Then of course, I've also die cut the little combs from white cardstock. I have placed my sentiment in my misting. The reason why is that we're using watercolor cardstock. It has texture, so it could be a little bit difficult to get a clean image. So I'm using my Simon Says Stamp Intense black ink to do the sentiment. Then on my acrylic block, which is actually from my Gemini, my die cutting machine, I am putting 2 colors of the Simon Says, Sunshine and Clementine. These are dye inks, so what it allows it to do is going to be able to do water soluble and watercolor with these guys. I'm going to do a wash of clean water first on my card base, and then come in with my yellow Clementine and really grabbing that and spreading it all over. If you see too many of a brush stroke, be sure to get more water and it'll dilute. If you want to create different shadows of that watercolor wash, just allow it to dry. Once my watercolor was dry, I have die cut the combs from the kit. So I'm using the glue sponge included in the kit. I'm going to dip those die cuts into that glue sponge, and then I'm going to start layering those, slightly overlapping them to create that honeycomb. And it's going to be a really fun and really easy way to create dimension and adding that onto that watercolor. Okay, so once our honeycomb is ready to go, we are ready to place our bees. So my little bee, again, is no-lined watercoloring on it. And I'm going to place it with foam adhesive on the back. I'm going to place 3 of these guys just to make it look asymmetrical. And it's going to look really pretty. I really like how that blue from the wings pops up against that yellow. Okay, number 4, last but not least, we are doing some masking with ink blending and some very simple stamping. You are going to need a piece of the white cardstock. I'm using the one included in the kit. Then I'm going to come in with my Simon Says Stamp Intense black ink. I'm going to stamp that heart with a little bee on it right in the center. Then we're going to come in and stamp our sentiment. But before we do that, I'm going to grab my purple tape or washi tape, and we're going to create the straight lines for our masking. Be sure that your lines are straight because this is really where you're going to create the frame. Once my masking or my purple tape is done, we're going to come in with Distress Oxides in Wild Honey, and we're going to start at the top of that square that we have masked and do a really dark base right at the top. Then we're going to come back with the fossilized amber and do that second wash. And honestly, we do want to leave a little bit of white color at the bottom. So we're going to grab the scattered straw and then finish the whole thing with that scattered straw. It's going to make it a really nice yellow base. Then we're going to come in with our mini spritzer, and we are going to actually flick from the bottom so we get some large water droplets, and it's going to look really nice. Okay, once that water droplet is done and dry, be sure to pull up your purple tape And it's going to expose that gorgeous ink blending that is within the lines. And it's really easy, and it's not going to take away from that simple stamp. All right, I'm going to grab my sentiment, going to stamp it in that black ink right at the bottom left corner of the ink blending square. And to finish up, we are going to add some of the sequins again included in the kit. And we're grabbing a variety of black sizes and placing these. And that does it, guys. We've created 4 amazing cards. They all are color coordinated, they match, very basic supplies. Thank you so much for joining me. All the supplies used for this kit are listed below. Be sure to click subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.